Welcome to this video. This one we're going to do the challenge 301. It's about New Year's resolution. So when we start the new year, we have from some kind of survey data and go through the about 1,000 rows, November to December 2018. So Marius pool, we have 3 questions to answer. Okay, we can have a look at the data. So this exercise is actually quite a typical ELT. That's quite common in the job to do survey, to do some kind of table you get from somewhere. You do have a lot of null values, both in terms of rows and in terms of column. Because this data is kind of sparse, scattered, the browser doesn't tell you much of the job. Let's just have a look what we're looking to find. So the first thing we're looking for top 3 resolution. Okay, so with some exercise. Then we're looking for among, so we're looking for suburban man, woman, what kind of fitness related. Let's see. So that may be a bit tricky. College, most likely. Which group? Most likely 2018. Okay. So let's look at data. We can see the first one must be some kind of like context for some Excel file or whatever the data table is. That may not be relevant, so we can probably pass out those things. For the first row 4, 5, that's probably the header we're looking for. So exercise more, stop smoking. So those are group. That's the activity people want to do more. Row percentage, probably indication the data set below should be treated as a percentage. So this is, I think that's a string column, maybe keep it this. So for example, F6 string column, yeah, we may need to be able to do some handling with this stuff. We'll see how we're gonna handle it. So this you can see we have some kind of column header. The number may need some formatting. In terms of the first column, what we have is we notice, for example, like this one, we have regions for different regions. So we probably need to pad out some of the data. Basically, we have a cross tab. So both rows, column, we have some kind of metric. This one's probably similar as above. That's another group. Do you keep it? So it's a separate questions we're looking to answer. Yes and no. So that probably complement each other. They should add up to 1. That's fine. We can probably do as a 2 separate table. Okay. So let's give it a try. So rather than answer the questions, the first thing I would usually do is you notice the data, try to format in the particular format. In a particular style, you make it easier to get the data you need and hence to format as you would require. Usually, the data you have both headers in the rows and columns will probably want to do some kind of pivoting to make sure they are in the same dimensions. Let's handle this guy first, the first column. We basically want to make sure the region, kind of like top header, should fill out the form. And to fill the missing value in the column, multi-row formula. So we're going to looking for the first column. What do you have? The first column, update existing. First column. We have a lot of null values. So for value doesn't exist, let's call it null. So the idea of the test is generally we just want to pad below. So we have a value, anything now below, you can just pad individual ones. That means we have a single row should be suffice. Our testing condition is say, okay, if it's null. So we're testing if the current row is null. So current row on the first row. Then we're looking for the row above. So you fill it in from the previous row, else we keep our current row. And if we always aim to have some kind of identifier to handle. Now we don't need to worry too much about the context part because usually you're gonna drop those things. For us, region, incomes, education, race, yes, it's failed. So that's good. That's doing the intended job. The second half, again, do you keep it? Okay, does the job. Yep. So the first thing is handled. The second thing we try to do is probably handle the format of those guys. Now, in this particular case, we have 60 rows, so we can almost manually decide which rows we want. Otherwise, in the more generic version, you may want to do some kind of if statement to pass out. This may not be the easiest to handle because if you have if statement, you can probably consider the list of the key metrics. As long as the first row contains those metrics, yes, that must have the data when we have. Otherwise, you may want to do something about header row. Header row is not necessarily consistent in every column. Your logic may be a bit more convoluted. Anyway, in the smaller case, less dynamic, we actually have manual selection of rows. We can do select records. So the first question we try to handle is news resolution. Other exercise stop smoking. So stop smoking here. Healthy improvement. Others is there. What's the last one? Excess more. So excess more. Yes, excess more. Stop smoking. Probably lose weight. So we only care about the top half of the data. For those things, we needed the header row. So that's actually the first row. If you want to do different batch selections, you can see on the tool, they give some kind of indication how to perform the row selections. So for us, the first row we need, then we want to row 10 up to row 36. So row 10 up to 36. Mhm. Yeah, we have our column header, missing values, that's fine, the querying. Actually, mhm. Hmm. We may be able to handle the bottom side as well. So this is a 40. So we have a single row for the header with our data from 10 up to 29. Huh. We have a gender, this is a gap missing field. Okay. Actually, let's just, we can always add a field later, but here's where maybe we just skip that row itself. 31 up to the last row. Last row is 36. There's your selections. Once that's done, we have most of the data stack in form. All the node columns, we can drop it. You could attempt to perform with individual select, but if you have too many columns, may not be the easiest. Data cleansing, that's a job. Personally, I try to skip using data cleansing because the performance issue. The tool itself has a lot of macros wrapped on it, so may not do very good job when the data set is large. Let me move this away. Just go. But for us, we'll have only 60 rows, so it's quite fast to perform. We just connect on top. We aim to remove the knob colors. That does some kind of handling other things. Blank nulls, I think we have no worries for the null values. Or yeah, for the state column, I think everything is filled. Should be. Gender is filtered. Oh, did we filter the gender on its own? Row 30 to 36. Didn't do the correct call. 30, so it's up to 29. Let's just run the workflow. Because the data cleans into does things a bit more dynamic for us, so we don't need to manual selection the columns. Do you also check your results to ensure you're getting the intended column you want? What's is fine? Probably just the very first column header, move up F4. We have our header, we can move up. So the first column we don't need to we can probably keep the column header. F4 is going to be a bit tricky. You're probably going to get a blank column. We'll handle that. So to get your header, it's a dynamic rename. For us, we basically just want to shift formula. We want to shift everything. So we have a field from the first row of data. We shifted everything, missing field. Well, it's fine. That's good. So if you have a missing field, blank. So you can see previous was blank space. I just go back default field with a number. And that's fine. We can handle whatever that is. Now we have our data. We do have a lot different column for the activity people, the categories we want. So we, like I said, we want to keep it in the same data structure. So field labels, we always want to group up. To do that, or you can do some kind of pivoting. So, so for each region, we have that. That's fine. We probably want to pivot from wide to long. So we want to pivot to long. So for each region, northwest. For northwest, we want all the columns to be pivot long. So we probably want to do grouping. Group it first to, yeah, just pivot the rest. Now we can see our data. We can see, for example, we're getting close to what's more tabular format, which we intended. So we can have a region for northwest, and for those region we have different size with different values. We may be able to pivot wide on the region name if needed later on, but we only care 2019, the top three. So we want to group by those things. But for us, what do they call it? They call it a New Year's resolution. Yeah, that's fun. Let's just give a bit. So the name value pair. Oh, that's we can call it header. Let's say level 1 header. Let's see. So you have a level 1 header. Let's call it level 1 values. So for each region, you have some kind of value, blah blah blah. Then you have the resolution name. Copy resolution values. Probably better name than level 1. Field, a bit more generic, but if I field values, we haven't changed it much. Most type is string, the values. Let's look. Let's try to cast the values to see if the double is recognizable to you. We're not getting any error message, so the double probably handle the things it is. So gender, let's probably scroll up. Row number 5, we have -2. Row number 5, yeah, that's good. So the string field, basically levels is grouped. Then we have the resolution value is grouped. That's good. Okay, now we can think out how to answer the question as it is. Percentage, I'm always skeptical about what to do because you have a different base. But yes, I guess you have let's actually probably filter that a bit. Let's just see. So if you want to access more, if you want to split your values, let's just quickly test the resolution value. Because it's percentage, so you want to check how the adding adds up to 100% or not. 2503, yep, that's, I think they probably use different values for different things. Regional West. Oh well. Anyway, for the intended case, I think they want is group by resolution name, even though you are handling across different metric levels. We'll give it a try to see how it goes. So it's on percentage. What do you want? They want top 3 news resolution, so probably want to descend by percentage. Others excess stop smoking. Yeah, that's the one they're looking for. Let's take top 3 beyond the question. The reason you gotta be a bit more cautious with percentage is unless they can tell you they sum it to the 100%, that's good. You don't have missing values. Otherwise, the percentage may be contributed by a different base number. So for Northwest, you probably have twice as much population, but same amount of people selecting it. Then your percentages will be different. But for the moment, the business logic, yeah, probably need to take some time to think about it because every single column has adds up each region. Skeptical. I'll come back to it. At least we're getting the intended the results of the excess more stop smoking. So the second question we'll try to answer is we're looking for what percentage more lose weight quitting. So one health related by suburban man and woman. Let's look our pivoting table. That's, I think we selected, yeah, this is kind of like clean stage. We want health related and we want man and woman, so probably for both genders. We looking, oh, it is, we have a suburban man, suburban woman. Let's see. So with the suburbans, so the urbans, so the two type of, we're looking for health related things. Probably need to do a list to handle that. Let's look. Suburban man, suburban woman. Oh yeah. So I think the suburban probably grouped the suburban man, woman. You cannot tell the gender apart from this one. So we're probably only interested in the last one. Suburban man or suburban woman? Let's do a little bit of search. What we have the field value. Oops, why it's not selected? That's interesting. Let's run again, get metadata to pass through. Yeah, field values equals suburban man or field values equals suburban woman. Mm, because the answer we're looking for is the man, the woman, what's the percentage for the health related? That's a long string. Let's probably copy paste that. Mhm. Self improvement, others. So we probably want to filter the sound of values in terms of the data set. So let's filter to the specific ones we're interested. We want resolution name as a condition. Now, because we have a long field, that's why using in function to check in the list is probably a quick way of doing things. Let's assume this is spelled correctly. So we need some capital letters. Let's see, and improve health. Let's see the job. Need a comma. So excess more, losing weight, and it's called lose weight. Okay. So excess more. Oh, let's just copy that, paste the text. So excess more. We want losing weight, lose weight. We want. Oh, did we copy and paste that? Let's check. Lose weight, eating healthier, eat healthier. Ugh. Then we want to improve health. Improve health, copy. First of all, field, it's a bit awkward. You can both do it manually, copy paste each one, or if they give you the correct list, maybe easier to perform. So filters on rows above man, above woman. What you intended to do, I think if for man and woman you want to do fitness resolution. So want to group by and do a percentage calculation. So formula. Oh, no formula. We want to aggregate data, so it's a summarize. So want for field. It doesn't matter which one choose. I think man, woman, the same column. Select that. We don't care the resolution. We want to just aggregate those things together. So we're gonna sum all the resolutions. Let's see the values we have. So 37, 47. Yes, that's good. 37, 47. The last, because they're looking for percentage, you just single formula, 2 times 16 by 100. So what do you want? Do you want a percentage? Got the number already. Yeah, we can go to the text input. Let's just copy that header. I'm curious, the filter isn't always giving the error not picking up the headers. So it's a sum times 100. We can keep a hint, it's fun. That probably answered the question 2. Let's look at the last one, college graduate. So we're looking for people who are most likely to keep their resolution. Let's go back to the original data set a bit to have a look at that. Anything about keeping the resolution is anything in the bottom half of the table. So do you keep it? Yes or no? So we're looking for the group that's most likely to keep the resolution. So we'll probably just need a column 7 because that keep the track of the yes. In terms of the group, we have a college students, no college students. They don't care. Oh, okay. Hmm. It's curious way to split that stuff. Anyway, we can just since we're here, we may just copy paste everything we did above, just change the numbers a bit. So for those data we're looking for the bottom half, the column header comes row 41. Then for everything else, grouping, we have 47 up to 60. Data cleansing tool should help us drop the null rows. The dynamic rename should give us the headers. Pivoting. Oh, we don't actually probably need to pivot because we only have two columns, yes and no, for the bottom half of the table. So let's just drop that tool. Missing value is fine because we'll copy from the previous tools. We'll just run again. That probably just get rid of the errors. Okay, so it's pretty clean. It's still the way I would personally don't entirely agree with the way they call categories because I feel like the data is dissected, sliced, not necessarily in a consistent way of slicing. It's harder to do the grouping though. But for us, it's a string type, so we'll probably need to change it to data type. So let's do a select. Did a pretty good job previously. So if it's not very good, then you may want to switch your data to using a formula tool to change it to a different new column with a different type. So select change data type, we want to go for a double. In fact, we only care about the yes because that's same as for the other one. So we can probably just drop the no part. We're looking for the yes. Change the data type, we can sort it. We're looking for the one most likely to be yes. So if we sorted it among the, probably need to run it for the information to pass through. So the name is the yes column. So we want descent, whoever gave me the most yes. Quick inspection, we expect college student. Yes, that's 80%. That's probably like the case. Looking at the most, so top one, sample by one. And let's just run it. Education, college graduate, 80%. Yes, 80% for the college graduate. And the last formula, I'm gonna skip the last formula. You can just copy paste to create into the percentage if you need. And this is how we do the challenge. Just kind of final comment. Even though the initial data set may be a very bad structure, it does happen quite a lot in practice. People have different type of Excel. They manually input some kind of column. They have some kind of pivot tables. This is actually overall it's not too bad of a table. They have reasonably structured and low row header, column header, etc. Are easy to pass out. Sometimes when the column misaligned, then it be a bit more difficult. Among the tools, select records is never my top choice because it uses manual input. It's not very dynamic. Assume this thing each year you have a new survey. If say the row number change, that would just mess up the whole thing for the rest of the workflow. So it's not very good for regular use. Data is small, so data cleansing is okay. But when the data is big, you may run into some issues. And so if you need, make sure you be careful about replacing empty value with zeros. You may not want to do that in some particular case. Okay, and that's it. Thanks for watching.